say came back with a red shirt on. Tiptoed through the alley and went right and started. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood.
I ain't Nipsey and had nothing to do with it because I wouldn't have benefited from Nipsey. I didn't have no business with Nipsey. Nipsey ain't signed to me, wasn't signed to me. I don't make no money off the Crenshaw shirts. I don't make nothing off nothing. I create my own, I do my own. And I created Nipsey. It was signed to a 10-year production contract, which started in 2009, which will end 2019.
Crazy.
Nipsey Hussle's brother, Blacc Sam, just revealed some serious details about Nipsey's death that reignited those rumors about record executive and former Crips leader Big U setting Nipsey up to be taken out. Blacc Sam sat down with Big Boy for a deep and emotional chat where they covered everything from Sam's childhood memories to the heartbreaking day Nipsey was taken from us way too soon. Now, you know that interview had folks glued to their seats because, let's be real, we still haven't recovered from that tragic loss. And while Eric Holder has been convicted and sentenced to 60 years in prison, people still feel like justice hasn't been served fully because there is more to this story. Just when you thought you knew everything, fresh details are emerging about Big U's suspicious behavior following Nipsey's death. Instead of mourning Nipsey, it seemed like he was low-key celebrating. And the fans did not miss that. They're saying Big U's reaction reminded them of the new breed of rappers who go on social media to flex when one of their ops gets taken out. Now, folks are wondering if Blacc Sam himself suspects Big U might have played a role in Nipsey's murder because of the things he revealed in the interview.
Number two, come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off, or the did it, or the Inglewood families did it, or the BPS, that's the throw off, red shirt. So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in, he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into a
Nipsey was tragically gunned down in broad daylight right in front of his own store, Marathon Clothing, in South Central LA around 3:18 p.m. on March 31st, 2019. And in a shocking act of disrespect, the shooter even kicked Nipsey in the head after firing at him at least 10 times.
It's the dramatic last video of rapper Nipsey Hussle down in Los Angeles.
Oh my goodness!
Paramedics worked frantically to keep him alive. Bystanders are in shock.
Are you serious?
Nipsey wasn't the only one hurt that day. 2 other people were caught in the crossfire, and all 3 were rushed to the hospital. But sadly, Nipsey was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. He was only 33, and the news hit the world like a ton of bricks. Nipsey left behind his longtime partner, Lauren London, and their son, Cross, as well as a daughter, Imani, from a previous relationship with Tanisha Foster.
I had to write something because I've never felt this type of pain before, but I know that God is alive, but bear with me, y'all. His soul was majestic. He was the strongest man that I ever knew, a gentle father, a patient leader, a divine light. He was brilliant. He researched everything, completely self-taught, constantly seeking knowledge. He would go to bed and listen to these audiobooks in his headphones, and I would tease him, but that really is what I thought was the coolest ever about him. And he would wake up in the morning and play music for the kids and light a sage and burn it around the house and just make sure that our energy going outside would be uplifted and that we could handle the day. You know, my pain is for my 2-year-old that probably won't remember how much his dad loved him. This is something that, you know, I don't really understand, but I know that Aramis always used to say that you can't possess people, that you experience them. And I'm so honored and blessed that I got to experience such a man. I know everyone is hurting, but I'd like to say something to my city, Los Angeles. Y'all from LA, stand up. Because this pain is really ours. You know, we know what it meant to us. We lost an incredible soul. We lost someone very rare to us, and we lost a real one. And we won't ever be the same. But in Hussle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is gonna test you, never fold. Stay 10 toes down. It's not on you, it's in you. And what's in you, they can't take away. And he's in all of us. And to Armius, the love of my life, you know what it is. Grief is the final act of love. My heart hears you, I feel you everywhere. I'm so grateful that I had you. I love you beyond this earth. And until we meet again, the marathon continues.
Now, it didn't take long for the police to zero in on their suspect. They identified Eric Ronald Holder Jr., who was 29 at the time. It was initially reported that Holder wasn't some random stranger and that he was actually known to Nipsey. The cops believed the incident was sparked by a personal beef between them, and just a couple of days later, on April 2nd, 2019, Holder was caught and locked up in solitary confinement. Fast forward to May 9th, 2019, and Holder was hit with a grand jury indictment. They charged him with 1 count of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, assault with a firearm, and possession of a firearm by a felon.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Eric Ronald Holder Jr., guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Eric Holder Jr. was convicted on 6 felony counts, including first-degree murder for the death of Nipsey Hussle, who was born Armius Ashkodon.
The trial itself kept getting pushed back, but it finally kicked off in June 2022. It was intense, and Holder's legal team tried to argue that he didn't mean to take out Nipsey, claiming it was a heat-of-the-moment thing, but the prosecution wasn't having it, arguing that it was all premeditated. During the trial, it came out that right before the incident, Nipsey and Holder had gotten into an argument over a rumor that Holder had snitched in a separate case. Clearly, that set everything off, and on July 6, 2022, the grand jury found Holder guilty. Then on February 22nd, 2023, Holder's fate was sealed. He was sentenced to 60 years in prison.
As to count 1, the first degree of Mr. Ashkodon, the sentence will be the term prescribed by law, which is 25 years to life. In addition, there will be the 12022.53D allegation, which is consecutive. That will be an additional 25 years to life. So for count 1 alone, it would be 50 years to life. The total sentence would be 60 years to life in prison. The court would also recommend to the Department of Corrections that the defendant be housed in a facility that would address his mental health needs.
But even though Eric Holder was found guilty and slapped with what is effectively a life sentence, a lot of people still feel like something was missing. And it didn't take long before rumors started spreading that Holder wasn't acting alone and that he might have been carrying out someone else's orders. And that's when the name Big U started making waves in the rumor mill. For those who don't know, Eugene Big U Henley is a music executive who once had a hand in managing Nipsey's career. Born and raised in South Central LA, Big U was deep in the streets as a rolling 60s Crip back in the day. After getting locked up in the early 90s and serving a 13-year sentence, he decided to flip the script and carve out a place for himself in the music and film world. He's managed big names like Corrupt, Nipsey, and even actors like Ving Rhames. But ever since Nipsey's death, fans have been giving Big U the serious side eye. And then some industry insiders started speaking out and hinting that Big U might have had a hand in setting Nipsey up to be taken out by Eric Holder. One of the people stirring the pot was producer Luce Cannon, who also happens to be the cousin of a woman named Tanisha, who is the mother of Nipsey's first child. So Luce dropped a bomb during his interview on the No Jumper podcast, claiming that Big U called him before Nipsey was even thinking Nipsey was already dead. And here's the kicker. Just 30 minutes later, Eric Holder actually Nipsey.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Mean that?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, "Yeah, I love you, cuz," or whatever like that. I'll see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they Nipsey, and so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah, and
you
we
like
were just talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship, it'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
and
just
30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
But when Big U caught wind of Loose Cannon's comments, he fired back and sent a cease and desist letter to No Jumper, and Adam 22 eventually took down that interview with Cannon from his channel. Loose Cannon wasn't about to back down though. He clapped back at Big U, saying that if Big U's first move was to hit him with a cease and desist, then there's gotta be at least some truth to what Loose was talking about. But Loose changed his narrative a little bit, claiming that he never suggested Big U ordered Nipsey's takeout. Instead, Loose said Big U knew that the hit was gonna happen, and he failed to warn Nipsey.
All y'all heard was people say this and say that, right? So if you gotta cease and desist, you serve me. Then you say it's fake because it got out. Then you send it to No Jumper, right? Once you send it to No Jumper, now it gotta be some truth to this, right? Then luckily, Eddie Boy jumps on. He jumps on. And then when he jump on, he tell the whole world that Big U is a snitch. But then he tried to contradict himself. Wack pick up the phone. Wack call in, he pick up the phone. When he pick up the phone, he asked Eddie Boy, did you not just say this? Did you say this? Did you say he told on you? Eddie Boy says yes. When y'all was in jail, did he tell you, going around telling everybody that you the one that told on him, and then you gave all the homies, you said over 100 homies, the paperwork, and they all swept under the rug. For somebody that is working with the police, right? Doing all this other stuff that's acting like he's doing something for the youth, the football team, coaching the kids and stuff like that. He do that. He do care about the kids. He care about, the youth. But at the end of the day, he straddled the fence because he's still in the streets. He's still reporting to the police. He's still doing a lot of things, saying 6-0 neighborhood and all this other stuff, right? So we get to the facts. The facts of it is, bro, it's chilling. Y'all have to stop saying that I'm painting the narrative like he got Nipsey. I never said he got Nipsey. I'm saying that he knew what was gonna happen and he didn't warn Nipsey.
But things just got even messier now that Nipsey's older brother Blacc Sam seemingly dropped a major hint in a brand new exclusive interview with Big Boy, suggesting that Eric Holder might have been sent by someone else to take Nipsey out. According to him, Eric Holder first showed up at Nipsey's store scoping out the place, and Sam said Eric was shirtless at the time. Sam also mentioned that the store's usual security protocol wasn't properly working that day. And then, not long after Holder left, he came back wearing a red shirt, something Sam pointed out you couldn't even buy in that area. And before you knew it, Holder approached Nipsey and were fired.
They know we in the doorway. When Hustle pull up, we in the doorway. You gonna see me with a hoodie on, and I got a pistol on me. You gonna see one of the team members in the hoodie in the doorway with a pistol. That's protocol when Hustle pull up. So it's Sunday. It's busy in there. Why in there didn't follow the protocol? I wasn't there. Why they didn't follow it? Maybe they was around helping the customer, doing some customer service. This is what I'm thinking, trying to, transition into some legitimate selling clothes. But nobody was in the doorway. And from my understanding, no boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene because he know what's going on in that parking lot. And had a conversation, probably seen nobody was in the doorways, checked Hussle had on shorts, checked everybody else, left. They say came back with a red shirt on, tiptoed through the alley, and went right and started. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood. You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, you come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off. Did it, or the Inglewood families did it, or the BPS, that's the throw off, red shirt. So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into it. And that's my thoughts on it. You understand? So, and can't nobody tell me nothing about that because it just don't make no sense. It's not random.
Sam went on to say that he believes Eric never got into any verbal argument with Nipsey because if he had, he would have been jumped on the spot. And according to Sam, this means Eric knew what he was doing and he was there on a mission.
The fact that he left tell me everything I need to know. It was no argument, you know. It was no sense of threat. Because with that come, like, hey, be on deck. It was none of that. It was just, you know, to me it was, let me come through, let me see what's going on, and then let me, you know, in this broad daylight, man, and it's, you know, it's a lot of unanswered questions, man.
You don't believe he had any dialogue with Nip that day, or did anybody say he said something?
Yeah, no, they had dialogue, but it was in the mix of him coming up, talking to bro, and, you know, whatever transpired, it wasn't an aggressive dialogue. It was just maybe small talk, and then maybe people saying Nip brought something up to him. Okay, he may have, but it wasn't to me that don't, whatever the dialogue was, that didn't justify, or that didn't turn into that. You know what I'm saying? He came there for a reason, and Mag got the reverses. I mean, he got the, you know, charges reversed because Hussle asked him something about it and humbled him real quick. But I think, you know, it's gonna come to the light.
Now, Blacc Sam didn't mention Big U's name, but as soon as his interview made headlines, Wack 100 jumped into the mix, claiming that Blacc Sam was definitely alluding to Big U when he said Eric Holder was there to do a job. Wack 100 also alleged that there was a situation when Nipsey brought DJ Khaled to the hood to shoot a video. Apparently, Big U wasn't feeling it at all, but Nipsey went ahead and did it anyway. Wack also hinted that this wasn't just a one-time thing. There was apparently some long-standing beef between Nipsey and Big U that went way back.
Sam is really alluding to that the boy Eric Holder was sent. He kind of alluding to like Big U them might have sent that nigga, bro.
Eric Holder is a little, bro. You don't remember when I said the only way a mental patient could walk into a mental facility and get checked in is he was already a previous.
Yes, he was already there. Yep.
You remember I used to tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna use that as part of his defense. Because he already is a mental patient. He diagnosed already. Did Blacc Sam talk about the time Big U came down there and fired, and he tried to fire the air? What did he tell the story on how he went from standing with the police, grid worker, and pointing the finger at people?
Nah, he didn't.
That one yet.
He didn't really get into that. You know, it was with Big Boy. So what he really wanted to focus on was like it was kind of like he was trying to dispel everything that Big U been saying without saying Big U name, because he made sure to say like basically like he told the story of the night before Nip died, which was a Saturday. It was Adam's birthday, and they was in the it was in some Wally's. They was in some restaurant called Wally's or whatever, right? And they was talking about how it was a lot of political issues and was mad that Nip brought DJ Khaled to the neighborhood. And
Big U was mad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that's
he
what
didn't
I'm
say
about to ask.
Big U
What is
name, but that's what he was saying.
But what is he mad about,
That's
though?
what he meant.
Oh no, listen. He sent a team over there on him about it. Press that man. This is why when I seen DJ Khaled taking pictures with Big U, I knew what that was. That was the old LA shuffle, the old LA squeeze. But he definitely had a problem with it because the move didn't go through him. He's saying, Nipsey, you can't bring nobody over here without clearing it through me. Nipsey said, who is you? You gotta remember, Nipsey did a whole diss song on Big U. You heard the song before, right?
Facts, I heard that.
But wasn't Blacc Sam and Big U already into it?
No, Blacc Sam was into it because of what he did to his brother. Okay. Did he talk about Fats? You know, it's a little named Fats, about 5'6", little, about 260.
Both the Fats?
Hold on. You know what happened to him about a week before he died, right?
I heard something about some.
No, Fats put Big U on his pocket.
Damn.
Big U tried to take off on Nip, and Fats took off on Big U and set him on his pockets in front of everybody. A week later, Fats was out of here. Thinks about my shit. I don't know what happened.
Now, as for fans, they're saying something is definitely fishy about the way Big U has been moving since Nipsey died. And they're speculating Big U's ego was bruised, not just by that DJ Khaled situation, but also because he believed he created Nipsey and Nipsey surpassed him in every way, especially in terms of the love and respect he received from his hood. One fan said, Big U ain't like the fact that Nip was more important to the hood than him. And another one added, pretty much you didn't get money out of Nip and he became bigger than the set. When people started looking up to Nip and not you, that's when the hate came. The only person who can expose this is the person locked up. But what's your take on all these speculations surrounding Big U's alleged involvement in Nipsey's death? Do you think it's possible he actually orchestrated the setup, or did he just fail to warn Nipsey? Drop your comments below and make sure you stick around for this next video.